What? Think for yourselves. Don't be sheep.
Escape the age.
Yeah, that's a good one. What are men, What are men? Well, everything I said about women, you just add a penis and a beard. And then you just say all the thing again. I don't know, I've had... let's take rapé, for example. That's, tobacco, snuff. Not just any snuff, but like properly made snuff from the Amazon. It's being shot into your nostrils, and it's like kind of a warrior medicine. There are also women that take it. To connect with spirit. So I really can only say that, if we are all one, then what are men, what are women? It's just words. On what are men? Well, I seem to have to find out how to be one. So men are also very different from each other. There are men that I find are kind of like pussies. I don't know. And especially men that shave their beards, they just look too soft. And then you also meet men and they have these soft lips and they just like... I just sometimes hate to watch men talk. Which is why I also like to have... I don't know. This is a German word, it's called Säuseln. I don't know. I think I just have no idea about a lot of these things. It's just so hard to cling to anything that you think you know, because it just changes, which is why it's also, of course, interesting to record what I have to say. And I'm just, I'm just having kind of a good time, I just want to make sure there's content so that people realize that I exist, and then they can figure out what to do with it. And at this stage, I also want to say there's no guarantee that I will ever again record this much content. I think it's ridiculous. I just did it in the hope that something will change for myself, that I can at least buy my own food, because being dependent is really a pain in the ass. If you live in this world and you have to, there's like money and stuff, you either live in it and do it, or you just do something else, I don't really know. So men are supposed to take responsibility. If you father a child, you have to pay for it or something. I'm not sure if that has always been the way, because normally you also would have had an entire village to help with raising the child. And today, you just have yourself and one woman, possibly. And there's no real community anymore, which is why I think that men also have to carry a lot of pressure. Of course, women as well, but maybe that's just for the women to talk about, I'm just here to, hold the camera and smile and just say whatever wants to come out of this thing that opens its mouth and says something and that looks like a man. And last time I checked, we're still hanging there. So, yeah, take a pic, whatever, what are men? Figure it out. Maybe you gonna know better I'm too wobbly a character. I just cannot, pinpoint anything. And maybe that's, I'm the Aquarius, which is why I'm so good for introducing change. But I'm also an incredible prankster, which is why if I would, because I was born on Rosenmontag, which is the Fool's Day in Germany, there are no coincidences, I'm just saying. So, I would just come to you and I would give you lots of new thoughts and lots of change, and then I would just leave, and then you have to deal with it. That's just what I do, right? It's like, whatever. So I'm not the right guy to go around father children and then be responsible for them. That's just not what I can do. I can be there, I could be with a woman that wants to have a child, but that also knows that, it's possible that I won't really change the diapers. And that should be okay, I believe. Because if it's the woman that wants the child, why do I have to agree that I also want one? You want to have the child, and take responsibility for it. I can be there and have you around, and you can then also be grateful for that. Of course, I would be grateful for having a woman around. But I also think that men should stand up for themselves. And if you know that women are like this these days, I, for my part, am going to really think twice. If I just want to have sex again because it feels so good. I'd rather probably go off into nature and do rapé than to keep having sex with women and then having children and having to take care of them for the rest of your life. That's just my perspective. I like children, but I also like dogs. I also like not having them, but I still like to make sure that they're treated good. So, I cannot really say, do I want to be a family man? Do I want to lead this kind of life? Well, it certainly depends on the woman. Most women I met, I just say, forget it. You wouldn't stand a chance, and I wouldn't last a second. So, let's just do our own thing.